Golden State's Dynasty, and I mean this thing's still going for 8 years now, 7 years now.
Six finals, 8 years.
Six
And
finals in 8 years. That's incredible.
I think the biggest question coming into the season was.
I know.
I think the biggest question coming into the season was.
Young guys don't step up.
Has the dynasty finally come to an end?
Oh no, clearly
And
not. Finals.
And I think this playoff run has answered that question.
For sure. But I mean, Curry is obviously one of the greatest of all time. If he can add another finals and a finals MVP, you've got to consider him.
He's
Not Jordan and LeBron GOAT territory, but he's getting up there fast.
I think
And under the radar too.
the one black mark on Curry's career is he doesn't have a finals MVP.
Exactly. And
That's the one thing. And
I mean, Iguodala.
Yeah,
That's iffy.
He should have won that, but that's a different topic. He's gonna have the same amount of rings as LeBron if he wins this year.
Yeah.
And
That's way less.
And-
four for 5.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
What's LeBron 4 for 9?
with Kevin Durant getting hurt too. Clay is Batman's Robin. He's Pippin's Jordan. Or Jordan.
I agree.
There we go.
Then you gotta get a guy who's gonna go.
Exactly.
Progress. That's
You got
progress.
a guy that's going to play defense and make shots. That's what Clay
I
does.
think the most underrated piece of this dynasty is
For sure.
Steve Kerr.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Mark Jackson did not have. I mean, he had basically the same group.
No smart.
No, Mark Jackson.
Oh, the Warriors guys.
Jackson.
I thought you were talking about
Mark Jackson had pretty much the same group with, and I know Curry battled ankle injuries a lot, but look at guys like Clay, guys like Draymond. Those guys were not near the same players when Steve came in.
Oh yeah.
I think we all saw the talent in Curry,
For sure.
but they never had the system that really worked, and Steve Kerr brought that together, and it just.
And I think what people don't give Steve Kerr enough credit for is I think their defense is actually very underrated.
It
In my
is,
opinion.
for sure. Yeah. Here are some other key components for the Warriors dynasty. Kevin Durant, one of, if not the greatest scorer ever. And I mean, they only won 2 with him, but still, like, he was only there for like 3 years.
Yeah.
And I mean, he trashed them. He trashed the Oklahoma City Thunder too. But I mean,
He's just a snake in general.
he's a big. He turned them from just a really good team into a super team.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that's why people hate on Kevin Durant and hate on the Warriors in general.
Yeah.
Because
I
you
think.
can't hate Curry.
Yeah. No one hates Curry. No one hates Clay. Those are 2 of the most beloved players in the league. You can hate Draymond. I personally love Draymond. I think personally the biggest black stain on the Warriors dynasty is KD. I think they're for sure still a dynasty. They still go to all those finals. Even
Oh, I mean,
without-
6 and 8 years, just
Yeah.
like you're talking about.
Yeah. They still go to those finals.
And
with
I
KD,
think-
and Curry probably gets finals MVP.
Something that is very underrated here is Curry, Green, and Thompson have remained together for a total of 586 games, which
That's
is
crazy,
something
yeah.
you never see in this era.
I mean, the chemistry they have
Is unmatched.
Also,
chemistry as well as experience.
also going with this dynasty is, if you look back, they had that 73-9 record, which is
And that's one of the ones they lost.
yeah, that's the one they lost,
lost.
and no one thought they were. Everyone thought they were gonna win, which we should have.
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
I was just thinking 20.
But,
I was just thinking
I mean, another key component, obviously Draymond. He's been the leader of that team, regardless. Like even in those years in 2015, 2016, and now for sure, like he's the leader. He's gonna protect all of his teammates. He sets the tone exactly.
Yeah.
Andre Iguodala obviously guarded LeBron in those first finals, and I mean he didn't do great, but how great are you gonna do against them?
But
They won. That's what
He
matters.
matched up with LeBron. He gets
That's what I'm
finals.
saying.
It don't matter that he has
Yeah.
to start 5 It don't matter.
See about this. Think about the bench shift they had in those final runs
Yeah,
compared to now.
for sure.
Like who's the best part of the bench? Like what? Kevin Looney or Sean Livingston? Like
Yeah, I agree with that.
But I
They have
mean,
a better bench now.
yeah.
And then Iggy was that 6th man off that team.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
Harrison Barnes was.
I forgot about her.
And then Sean Livingston, great role player. He was able to come in as a guard off the bench and still get points while Curry was on the bench. Sean Livingston. Harrison Barnes, underrated aspect of that team.
That 15 team.
And yeah.
I think one game Sean Livingston came off the bench. I think it was game 1 in 2015. He had like 25.
I remember that.
Like
I
just
remember watching
mid-range after
Yeah,
mid-range.
yeah,
Like
exactly.
it was impressive.
Yeah. And I mean, those are some big guys that have played for him in the past, for sure. And then now they have a bunch of young guys that are coming up. Wiggins and Poole, obviously, now. Looney's been a big part, even though he's been there for a while.
And I
The
remember-
progression of Looney has been crazy.
Yes, I remember I remember in those 2000, when was he on there? 17. I remember he really saw the court.
Yeah.
And I remember like everyone liked making a meme of him, but I mean really now it's
Looney was like the worst player on that team.
he's a big part of their
for sure.
big part of their run.
Yeah. And then what people don't realize, James Wiseman is injured
Yes.
for him right now.
Same with Kuminga.
Number 1 pick from 3 years ago. Like that's crazy.
Well,
Like,
Wiseman too.
yeah, Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That is crazy.
Wait till he comes back.
Yeah, Wiseman comes back, and now there's.
And did you see the weight he's put on?
Yeah,
he's
I
put
know.
on a ton of muscle.
And I mean-
probably like 40 pounds.
I'm assuming he's gonna start, which would move Looney to the bench.
Yes.
Which means you have Looney.
You're
and
looking-
Point
You see
both.
Draymond off the bench. Draymond's 6th man of the year campaign.
That's
Now we're looking 3 years down the road and we're saying, yeah, this dynasty
And I
can still
think
be.
Poole can take over as more of an offensive.
Like if Curry slows down, overplay.
Curry can stand in the corner and shoot threes with his play style all day.
Like
I mean, he's not close to that play style, but he can do that the later he gets in his career.
I should see Clay moving to the bench, maybe even next year, and Poole starting.
For
and
sure, yeah.
You see two of the guys that were kind of the centerpiece of the dynasty that moved to
Starts
the bench, and you got more young guys, and they're still effective off the bench. And
Curry
that is
was
just a sustained.
playoff.
That's just a sustained dynasty, dude. No, I mean, the Warriors might win 6.
And it's gonna be fun to watch.
I especially.
next decade.
Yeah.
Them, the Mavericks, the Suns,
Yeah.
all those teams are gonna be battling out.
Bucks are still going to be there.
I
Especially,
was just talking about the Bucks.
especially in the next 5 years, where they have most Mooney, Wiseman, Kuminga.
Yeah, Kuminga's gonna be a big part of the finals too.
And-
He played very few minutes off the bench, but he did really good in those.
Yeah.
And they have an up-and-coming guy named Nico Mann, who's going to be pretty good.
The redheaded ginger. Subscribe to this Spotify link in that description.
And
Just